Why you can't find peace, and how to finally reclaim it. You say you want peace, but what you really want is anesthesia. You don't want stillness, you want sedation. You want the anxiety to disappear without confronting it. You want quiet without killing the noise you've grown addicted to. You chase peace through distraction, not discipline, and that's why it always slips through your fingers. True peace doesn't come from escape, it comes from confrontation. Most men will never feel it, because most men are slaves to their own overstimulated minds. You weren't born this way, you were programmed, trained to never stop moving, to keep your mind occupied, your hands busy, your emotions suppressed. Because if you ever stopped, if you ever sat in silence long enough to hear yourself think, you'd realize just how fractured you are, and that realization would destroy the version of you that they built. Let me tell you a story. There was a man, let's call him Marcus, early 30s, corporate job, smart, polite, always on. He had 2 phones, 4 social apps, worked out religiously, and kept headphones in almost every waking minute. Always learning, always listening, podcasts, music, YouTube, non-stop. One night his therapist challenged him to spend just 1 hour in silence, no music, no scrolling, no stimulation. 30 minutes in, Marcus had a panic attack. He said the silence felt like death. Not because he was dying, but because a part of him that had never faced itself was waking up. That's what most of us are afraid of. Not dying, but meeting the version of us we buried to survive. And silence digs up the grave. You're not anxious because your life is chaotic. You're anxious because you have no space between input and reaction. You're not angry because people trigger you. You're angry because you have no margin between thought and explosion. You're not tired because you work too much. You're tired because you never unplug long enough to recharge. The average man today lives in a mental furnace. Every beep, buzz, like swipe, it's firewood on a nervous system already burning. We scroll ourselves into oblivion. We think peace will come when the world calms down, but the world was never designed to calm down. It was designed to keep you scrolling, consuming, numbing until you die comfortably distracted. If you want peace, you must choose to exit the system, to unplug from the chaos, to stop participating in your own mental erosion. The path to repose starts with the ritual of retreat. Not vacation, not Netflix and chill, not running away. I mean real retreat. Ritual space created for the soul to breathe. And it's not complicated. It starts with silence. Every morning, before your phone, before your coffee, before the world starts making demands, sit in silence. 5 minutes, 10, no distractions, no music, no agenda, just you, your breath, and the uncomfortable truths that rise up. At first, it will feel like punishment. Your mind will scream for noise, your body will twitch, you'll feel stupid, but keep going. Because beneath the chaos is a stillness that is not empty, it is full of power. Stillness is the space where clarity speaks. Repose is the forge where your next identity is born. And you need a second ritual, the nightly unplug. Every night, 1 hour before sleep, you must cut the cord. No screens, no content, no blue light. Reclaim the end of your day. Light a candle. Stretch in silence. Read something sacred. Write in a journal. Let your nervous system return to baseline. Most men carry the stress of the world into their sleep and wonder why they wake up tired. You're not resting. You're downloading data until the moment you close your eyes. Sleep isn't recovery when your brain is still buffering yesterday's trauma. Repose is not sleep. It is sacred stillness. It is the recentering of your soul. It is the act of remembering you are not your output, not your feed, not your followers, not your unread emails. You are a man, breathing, thinking, becoming, and without stillness, you will become whatever the world makes you. Here's the truth no one tells men: silence is a skill, and it is learned like anything else, through repetition and discomfort. You train your body in the gym, you train your finances through budgeting, but have you ever trained your peace? Have you ever disciplined your mind to sit without stimulation? Have you ever practiced emotional fasting, refusing to indulge in drama, noise, and fake urgency? Because if not, you've built a life of reaction, not reflection. And a man who only reacts is not living, he's being lived. Repose is the rejection of that. It is the discipline of response, the pause before the strike, the breath before the choice, and without that pause, you'll destroy what you love and blame it on stress. You'll lose yourself in noise and call it ambition. You'll numb your pain and call it strength, but real strength is in restraint. Real power is in peace, and real masculinity is forged in silence, not in shouting. Let's get raw. If you cannot be alone in silence for 30 minutes without discomfort, you're not free. You are biologically hijacked. Your nervous system is a slave to stimulus. Your mind is addicted to dopamine. Your emotions are outsourced to external validation. That is not peace. That is a prison made of noise. And the only way out is through stillness. You must break the loop. You must face the echoes. You must let the ghosts rise. Because underneath all the noise is the boy you left behind. The one who never got to speak. The one who cried when no one was looking. The one who sat in a room wondering if he mattered. And every time you drown him out with music, content, stimulation, you are killing him again. Repose is where he is resurrected, where the broken boy meets the becoming man, where the soul gets reintegrated. And from that place, you lead. You don't chase, you don't react, you don't perform. You operate from center, calm, focused, masculine. Repose isn't weakness, it's weapons training. Because the man who has mastered silence cannot be manipulated. He doesn't react to every insult. He doesn't explode at every inconvenience. He doesn't fold under pressure. He listens, he breathes, he decides. And that man is dangerous because he is free, not owned by the algorithm, not controlled by validation, not moved by drama. He moves only when it's time, still water, deep roots, that is repose, that is power. If you're reading this and your heart is racing, if your body is itching to distract itself, if your mind is planning the next thing to do, that's proof you need this. You've spent too many years sprinting from silence. It's time to stop, to sit, to breathe, to listen. Peace doesn't come when the world changes. It comes when you stop letting the world change you. When you step back into yourself. When you create space to remember who you are and why you're here. And if you don't know who that man is yet, good. Then this is where you begin. Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, implement the ritual of repose. Every morning, 10 minutes of complete silence. No phone, no notes, just breath. Every evening, 1 hour unplugged before sleep. No screens, no stimulation. Journal, walk, breathe. Midday reset, 1 15-minute break with no input, just presence, stillness, recovery. Weekly fast, 1 full day with no digital content, just nature, reflection, and real-world connection. This isn't optional, this is armor. You're not escaping the world, you're preparing to lead it. And a man at peace cannot be defeated, he cannot be baited, he cannot be bought, he's already full. He walks in stillness, he speaks with weight, and when he acts, he conquers. You want that life? Then stop begging for peace, go earn it. In silence, in solitude, in ritual. Join the men who walk the repose path. Join OLP 365, and become the calm in a world addicted to noise.